Hello there, you beautiful you, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft. I know it's been a while, but here I am. After a long and linear thought process that I was going through while approaching content, I finally, I took a little break and I came back to try and enact those changes in the future content. But this isn't that. But there's a time for that. Right now, you might be wondering where am I? Where am I in the context of my universe here? This is the thing that I wanted to show you all this time, that I kept telling you that I wanted to show you, but I couldn't yet. This. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a massive, gigantic train of resources. And I do mean a train. Yes, this looked so good as like a long line that I decided I wanted to make a little locomotive at the front. Admittedly, I'm not a builder by any means. I try, and this looked enough of a locomotive that I was like, yeah, it looks good enough. And I even took time to put the details on about the wheels and all of that. I went mining because I wanted the new stuff. I wanted to find a lot of copper and a lot of other things. So I took a beacon, went underground, and I mined a gigantic, obscenely big hole. However, only this many diamonds, because diamonds, I hate collecting them. It just takes so long. And we're going to do a time lapse of me just demolishing this entire locomotive of resources. Without further ado, enjoy this little sped up montage. Alright, I'm going to use this brief moment in time to talk with you a little bit. And I just want to say that the new ore looks in the game look fantastic in my opinion. With the exception of the iron ore, it does look like an uncooked chicken nugget. Seriously, just take a really look at it. It just looks like an uncooked chicken nugget. Not to mention copper. I want to play with copper a lot. I want to build some copper stuff. But yeah, copper stuff. Yeah, that's exactly how you use words good. That's exactly how you express your thoughts and ideas, me. Good job, good job. And here we are at the front of the train with I cleared that entire thing way faster than I thought it was going to take. And to be honest, although I am happy with the amount of with the quantity of items we have, here's the interior just in case you want to, I don't know, look at. There's nothing impressive. Anyway, as much as I was impressed with the amount of items we got, I am always disappointed with the amount of diamonds that I can find. It could have been so much more, so many more diamonds than this. But well, it's life. It's life. Honestly, this does fix a little bit of a resource crisis that I was slowly approaching myself for the foreseeable future. It has been avoided. Now, all of this is going to find its way into my foundry, all the way over there, to be smelted and properly sorted and organized, since now we have a system ready to go. And with that said, this segues perfectly to the next thing that I want to tackle in today's episode. And just in case any of you are curious, this is where I was digging all of the materials they saw me use. And there's still like a few here and there that I can gather for later. Here is where all of my foundry is going to be located, alongside my beautiful, sexy construction of a super smelter. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, so much. Alongside, of course, to my weaponsmiths and armorsmiths and toolsmiths. I want to make it concise. Everything needs to be here, and I want to transform this area into a sort of being renewed, but kind of still in state of decay foundry. So I've been looking at foundry pictures on Google, of course, to get a sense for what I want. And I think that, there is going to be a lot of lava because molten metal and a few things going in and out. And there's always that big,
Crucible.
that big
Crucible.
metal bucket thing that I don't know the name for the life of me, that carries the molten metal places. So I think a few mine carts going around to make sure that to make it feel like it's doing something, and then actually transforming this into a, well, I kind of fell. Transforming this into some kind of like a mean-faced furnace thing. It's going to look very, very neat. And then some many like smoke pipes on top. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I'm going to be tackling this on steps because I've never built anything like that. So until I get a feel for it, I'm not going to try and do any sped up montage as if I know what I'm doing, right? So we're going to be tackling that right about now. And then we're gonna discuss about what I like and what I don't like about the things that I've done and the things that we could probably change in the future. Okay. I'll talk about this in a second. I will talk about this in a second. I gotta see something. It's here. Oh, I got it. I got the cape. In between the clips of me talking about building this and me actually recording something about this, I migrated my account. It finally prompted me to do it, and I've got a sweet ass cape that merges with the elytra. It just looks so good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know it's not one of those like cool, super like OG capes that people got from like Minecraft conventions and other things like that, but I mean, come on. I've never had anything like that, and honestly, I love it. I love it. It looks heroic, you know what I mean? It looks like a gladiator's fucking cape. It's awesome. I love this. Oh man. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. To quote the words of a brilliant man, I'm chapped to bits. I'm chapped to bits. Now, on to the actual thing. I built a lot. As I said, I didn't know about any of the designs, so it wouldn't matter if I recorded me doing it because there was a lot of do-overs and trying new things. But what I try to accomplish here is something that looks or attempts to be like an industrial furnace with an added addition of this glass dome in front of it where I can still see everything. And I'm gonna display a few pictures of like what those industrial furnaces look like the what they actually look like. And I tried my best to try and make something in a smaller fashion, well, in a blocky fashion, because you know, and a few details here and there like braces, and I thought like maybe like this red glass on like on the sides to make it, to give it that vibe that, you know, this is a self-contained environment and it's hot on the inside. And then like big like dusty and crusty, blackened with age chimneys here from the use, and the obvious, you know, fireplaces here for the smokes. And then I looked for the appearance of old school Foundry buildings, right? And I found that they have a mix of like bricks and other colors that resemble a lot of clay and, you know, things made with bricks. So I decided to make a mix of regular stone bricks and terracotta, and I'm also going to get some regular brick blocks as well to mix and match here and there and to make the roof. And of course, I'm gonna add some details because you know, a flat wall like this looks a bit boring, even though like it's layered like this. It's not completed. This is just like a frame of reference so that then I can detail later. I mean, I can talk about design choices here for like an hour, but I don't have an hour, and I am super happy with everything. I even added details like you know, as if the blocks of redstone that are powering the rails aren't just floating, they're being held by the pistons. And I added another feature that you might like to know in case you copied my furnace design, which is a very standard design. I mean, it's not my design, of course, but it's the one that I made. In case you're wondering, this one lever does everything. And what it does is very simple. I'm going to try to explain at this moment. Hang on, let me just do this. There we go. It's powering nothing. So when I pull the lever, it retracts, powering this comparator. It doesn't need to be a comparator. It could have been like a repeater. Doesn't matter. I just use the comparator because literally whatever. And it's right next to the other circuitry that collects the information about how much the minecart can collect per time. And what does this do here? It depowers this torch redstone, enabling the minecart to collect any amount of things to come and go. The minecart is in there right now. There's nothing in. And as I explained, you shouldn't have anything in anyways. But this is also a release mechanism because as you can see, there's some leftovers that didn't go because it didn't suffice for the system to automatically release the arm. It needs to release when there is 48 and exactly 48. So what did I do? Automatic release. It releases the whole machine and depowers everything. So as soon as it does its thing, it's gonna come here and it's gonna stop. There we go. It didn't even engage there again. It's just, sitting exactly where it needs to sit. Right about, yeah, it's sitting right about here, where it needs to be. So when I need to power it again, I just pull this lever and close. It collects the amount that it needs to collect. It automatically releases. And then if there's some leftovers, like those 16 that you saw in here, that the minecart picks up, but it cannot leave because it did not suffice the right amount, I can shut down everything, and it automatically releases for the last time to smelt the leftovers. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's beautiful. And you might be wondering, why is there slime on the floor? I mean, this is the telltale that there's a piston door in here. Did I had to make a piston door? No. But I have the chance to make one. So why shouldn't I? So you press this button and boom. There we go. It's a double piston. It's a vertical double piston extender. And I mean, it does the job. It looks neat. It looks high tech. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something that would say, hey, somebody ingenious have been here and remodeled the whole shebang and made like a beautiful furnace to revitalize this steel mill. And then I'm gonna make this building in a few states of decay. And in the back here, I'm gonna make like a drum full of magma flowing down because, like you gotta add details somehow. I mean, and honestly, let me just shut up right now because if I keep talking, I'm just gonna keep talking and talking and talking and talking, and it's this video never gonna end. Don't pay attention to that. I'm farming that thing like because I could only collect 4. Don't judge me, okay? So, believe it or not, there was a lot more footage on this one recording, but in order to keep the video a little bit more concise, I'm going to split this one in 2 parts. Because I tackled yet another building challenge in this same recording session, but it was a lot more technical, and there was a lot of redstone flying about and mix and matching redstone machines to accomplish a goal, and I just can't fit everything in this one episode without probably overstating its welcome. So I'm just gonna, split it in twine, if you will. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this one video, you beautiful you. And if you did, please subscribe, like the video, ring the bell so you don't miss out on new uploads. In case you haven't already, leave me a comment down below. Please do help me please the algorithm overlords here on YouTube. And hopefully I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.